morning, Freedom Village. I'm Noah.
And I'm Ashley.
And welcome to your favorite morning show where we bring you all the latest news and updates from our wonderful retirement community right here in beautiful Holland, Michigan.
That's right, Noah. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee in the bistro or enjoying the newspaper in the atrium, we're here to kickstart your week with a smile and a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely, Ashley. And speaking of fun, we've got a jam-packed episode lined up for you today. From community events and activities to heartwarming stories and maybe even a few surprises along the way.
And of course, we'll be keeping you up to date with all the important news and announcements from right here at Freedom Village.
So, grab your cup of joe, settle in, and get ready to start your week the Freedom Village way.
Stick around, folks. The Monday morning show starts right now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Ashley,
Monday.
did you have a wonderful weekend?
I had a really great weekend. We had double celebrations yesterday. It was Mother's Day and it was also my husband's birthday, so it was a really great day. How about you? How was your weekend?
My weekend was really great. We had a going away party for my brother. He heads off to his next step of pilot training for the Air Force this week, so that was really nice and it was great.
Wonderful. Well, last week was a crazy week around here, being tulip time, but we also had one of our favorite events. We had our third annual Freedom Village Talent Show, and I thought it would be fun to share some highlights of the night with you right now.
And I think, well, I don't know, I'd like to go back to my crayons and do that, and I could see the crayons and do the pictures like that. And that's funny how that goes. You just have different moods. And most of the time, though, I did kind of like the pictures that were already done.
The day I had my knee replaced, and the very friends that gave Sue and I the housewarming gift of a big roll of toilet paper, beautifully wrapped, also sent me on the occasion of my surgery a coloring book, a very elaborate, detailed places to color in, and a box of 24 colored pencils so that I could do different shades of green and so on, and shades of red. And it was called a swear words color book. Every page was a different vulgar word. Well, I worked real hard at it, and sure enough, made a perfect ass of myself. Move that mountain, Lord. Move that mountain, Lord. Move that mountain, Lord. To move that mountain, all I need is faith the size of a mustard seed.
Into our first trip together. Sorry about the late start, but we'll have a great weekend in the country.
We would have started on time if your wife hadn't brought so much luggage. It wouldn't all fit in the trunk.
I'm sure Bruce doesn't mind sitting on his suitcase.
My butt feels like a dented fender.
Proceed on Highway 103 for 5 miles.
When I first came to this land, I was not a wealthy man. So I got myself a farm. I called my farm the muscle in my arm, for the land was sweet and good, and I did what I could.
They looked through, and this material was too heavy, and this one was too bulky, and this one was the wrong shade, and they went through the whole litany of things, and finally the mother said, "Oh, I love that one. Look at the flowers. Wouldn't that match the paint on the wall? It would just bring it right out."
Well, see, that's why they were really questionable about whether I should have anything to do with the show tonight. But I hope laughter's the best medicine, and if you can't laugh at yourself, call me up.
And what talented residents we have here. Should we take a look at what else we have going on at Freedom Village this week?
I think we should. Well, today, Monday, we hope you'll all join us out in the carports at 10 a.m. for the deconstruction of our Freedom Village floats.
It was a big success at the parade on Saturday.
It was, and now it's time to take it apart, pull all those staples out. No experience needed, so come on out.
Yeah, we'll need all the help we can get, so we would love to see you. And then at 2 p.m., we have our weekly musical reminiscing. So come on down to the atrium and listen to some great piano music.
And at 3 p.m., we have cardio drumming with Noah in the gym. And we're ending our day at a special time, 7 p.m., with the Schubert Male Chorus, a Freedom Village favorite.
Yep, that's in the auditorium and also on Channel 954. And on Tuesday, we start our day at 10 a.m. in the auditorium with the League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters will present the importance and ease of voting in every election, which is some very important information we could all use a refresher on. And they also plan to assist any residents with registering to vote and or requesting an absentee ballot. So that'll be a really great program.
That sounds great. At 1 p.m., the Village Artists are heading out for one of their artistic outings, and they are heading to the History Museum at Mount Baldhead Park. It's one of Michigan's best known and most visited small town museums, and it's located right here in Saugatuck. And there is an outdoor garden and a riverfront walkway, so you'll be able to work indoors or outside.
Hopefully there's good weather for that.
Hopefully. It's beautiful out there.
Wonderful. And then on Wednesday, we've got a big, exciting overnight trip to Detroit, leaving at 7:30 a.m. So if you are signed up for that, make sure you're downstairs to get on the bus. We're going to have lots of fun.
Wonderful. At 9 a.m., Black River students are coming from their Living History class. And they're taking a class called Living History, and they need your help. The kids are interested to know how you experience different life events in history. And it's a great learning experience for the kids and a fun activity for you. So please just stop down in the atrium at 9 a.m.
Wonderful. And at 2:30 p.m., we have Pop In for Popcorn.
Pop in for popcorn.
Come on down to the atrium and get some fresh popcorn, and you'll get the chance to meet Carrie Heald, who is the new Assisted Living and Memory Care Sales Manager.
Awesome.
And you'll get a delicious afternoon
popcorn, yes, and get to know her. On Thursday morning at 9 a.m., we are heading out to the Biscuit for breakfast.
One of my favorite places to eat.
It's delicious. They're a down-home eatery dispensing inventive breakfast and lunch fare and locally roasted coffee drinks.
And the best biscuits around. At 5:45 p.m., the bus will leave for the Evergreen Chorale concert. So if you are not signed up on Touchdown, make sure you sign up and you can hop on over to watch the chorale sing at Evergreen Commons.
And if you stick around here, you know what we've got in the evening?
So much fun.
Bingo!
B-I-N-G-O. Bingo.
7:15 in the auditorium.
With your favorite bingo caller, me. On Friday, May 17, we have the Living History students coming back again at 9 a.m. in the atrium. So if you didn't get a chance or you want to talk some more, head on down to the atrium at 9.
Or you can meet in the atrium to head out on your bike for the first of the year, Folks on Spokes.
Folks on Spokes. And then at 9:30, we have a group of Dutch dancers coming up to the auditorium. So if you didn't get the chance to see any Dutch dancing during Tulip Time, this will be great.
And then you can stick around in the auditorium at 10 a.m. for Meeting of the Mugs.
Oh, we're busy.
We are busy.
And on Saturday, we start our morning with our weekly pancake breakfast, and that is from 7:45 to 9 a.m. So come on down to the bistro and have breakfast with your friends.
And at 1:30 p.m., we have our monthly crafter days. And this month, we are going to make custom tea towels. This is a craft almost anyone can make. And we'll have lots of inspiration and templates for you, as well as some blank towels, and you can do the magic and the creations. So sign up in Touchtown. It's only $5 to participate.
And then on Friday evening at 5:30 p.m., the bus will head out for the Grand Rapids Choir of Men and Boys concert. So make sure you sign up on Touchtown if you'd like to ride the bus for that. We do need to have 10 to go, and the bus is $3.
What a great week.
What a great week. There's so many things to get involved with.
There are. And speaking of getting involved, we have a great interview for you today with a resident who is involved with numerous things here and in the community, and even found some time to create a new group for others at Freedom Village to be involved with. Jim Query sat down with Carol Sighthamel to discuss his life, his theater background, and the Readers Theater group we saw in the talent show last week.
Thank you for being here, Jim. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure that many, many people in Freedom Village will be wanting to know about you and even more, the whole life in the theater.
Oh, I just love talking about that. Yeah. Funny story, I was in drama class as a junior.
Yeah.
And Kitty Bevins was our teacher, and I loved her. She was a gravelly voiced old theater veteran. She was a smoker, you could tell because of her gravelly voice, but she was about to do a play called 25 Words or Death. And she said, we have the cast, they've just cast the show, but they're in dire need of a sound person to record a list of different sound effects. And I laughed because as she was explaining, I said, well, I could do that. I hadn't done it, but I could do that. She needed the sound of ocean wave breakers on the shore, backed up by a foghorn. Well, I'm a Jersey boy. I grew up in New Jersey. We're an hour away from the Atlantic coast. And I raised my hand. I said, Miss Bevins, I can get that for you. And she looked at me, she says, you couldn't? I said, yes, we can. I said, we'll pop down Friday night, get recording, I'll have it to you Monday. Well, she just thought the Red Sea parted. I mean, she was just so elated. But anyway, I really thought that I could, because I knew enough about recorders and this and that. So Friday night, my good buddy who had the car, we drove down to Asbury Park, which is about 60 miles from our home. And I've been to Asbury Park many times, right on the boardwalk. I knew right where I was going to get the AC power out of the pizzeria guy who I knew. And went down, and he was open, Luigi was open, he walked in, he said, what are you doing here? I said, I need your power. He said, for heaven's sakes. He said, just plug it in. I had a long extension cord right down to the ocean edge, and it was a perfect weather. It wasn't too calm. We had enough breaker wave. And Barnegat Bay Lighthouse was the biggest lighthouse on the Jersey Shore. And it had a wonderful sound because I had heard it many times. So we hooked it up. I got 40 minutes of recorded ocean breaker and foghorn. Wrapped it up, went back to Plainfield, and went to school Monday morning and went into her class and put the reel down. I said, there you are. She said, this cannot be true. I said, it is. And when she heard it after school at the recording session, and her rehearsal was about to start, I could do no wrong. I could do no wrong. And anyway, I wound up actually doing the sound up in the catwalks for the production. And that's how I got started.
What are the steps between the catwalk and directing?
A long way, but I never enjoyed being on stage as a performer. I mean, I did it. I've been in a good many shows, and it was fun, but I kept wanting to be out front. I wanted to do the whole thing. I wanted to picture the whole picture. I love blocking, I love movement, I like balance, I like focus, and I always have. I've been a movie nut since I was a little kid, and we lived just 40 minutes from New York, and I used to go to open auditions. And my biggest thrill was seeing Funny Girl with Barbra Streisand in '65 at the Winter Garden Theater, and that's it. That's the epitome right there. But I also went to open auditions to find out how that all happened, and I got into directing a little bit at Hope. Program for 17 years at
Right.
high school, but then I was also active in civic and community theater.
So in directing teenagers and directing adults, are there major differences or are there personality differences?
Well, if you're fortunate to have a cast that has what you need, has the talent, then it's just really fun. I mean, absolutely. Really, work comes as far as when you have to develop performers, and I worked with young people for many years, and that was the juice for me, to work with young people. Very talented people. They were untrained, but I had great production people around me. My music director, and all of our production people, sound, lighting, and set construction, costume, all of that. I was in charge of getting all of that together, and I also worked with some professionals for years. My mentor was a Actors Equity and scene designer. I mean, a master scene designer. That I learned so many things from him, but I worked with a lot of very good people for a lot of years.
Well, let's talk about the plays themselves.
Okay.
Easiest to direct?
Oh boy. I would say a play called Rally Around the Flag, Boys, is maybe one of the most fun and easiest for me, because the plot was simple and there were some fun characters in it, and I really had a lot of fun with that. But that's really way back. Boy, the most fun. There's just so many. I've done so many shows that. There are shows I haven't really enjoyed, but many of them I have, musicals and non-musicals.
As a person/director, what play do you love to watch?
Les Mis as a musical turns me to mush, I will tell you right now. It just does me in. And the music is so hauntingly beautiful. And the story of the French Revolution is just so powerful. When I saw it the first time on stage, I was a mess. I couldn't speak for a half hour after I finished seeing it. But I mean, I love so many. I mean, Miss Saigon, Oliver, Maine, Hello. I've done many.
You like musicals?
I do, but they're really hard. They're very difficult to do. I love non-musicals too, though. I've done a lot of really fun stuff.
You mentioned that you were a movie buff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Top 3 movies.
Oh, my.
Just, they don't have to be perfect, just off the top of your head.
To Kill a Mockingbird was a film that was very simple. It's one of my favorite stories. I love every minute of that story. I thought the film was great in its simplicity, but the cast in the storyline is just fabulous. That's one of mine, absolutely. West Side Story is a story that is a very popular one for me too. It's an old one, but a good one, But I just, it's hard to really pick a
Yeah, I don't want to put you on
Funny
it.
Girl is another one.
Barbra Streisand fan?
Oh yes. Oh my goodness.
Did you see On a Clear Day, You Can See Forever?
That's part of the ensemble of that. Yeah. And this is really her first breakthrough when she did Funny Girl. That's what was so amazing. Wow. She just floored the whole Hollywood,
Is there any play that you would really love to have directed? But you didn't have the cast, or you didn't have...
I always wanted to do Chicago. I love Chicago. Love that storyline. Difficult to do, but and I almost had a chance. There were several times that I was going to be the director of it, but we lost the rights to do it. See, nobody understands how difficult that has become in professional theater. You have to have a license, obviously, to do the show, and you can pay your fee, your royalty fee, this and that. But if there is a professional group within, I don't know how many 100 miles it is, you lose your amateur rights to do it. They pull you. That's happened to me 3 times with Chicago.
Well, if you find a Roxy here at Freedom Village,
It's a great.
well, thank you very much. I think maybe you'll come back again, maybe once a month, and tell us a little bit more.
I'm always good for theater stories. I've got a million stories.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. We cannot wait to see more of your talents here at Freedom Village. And with that, we thank you for tuning in and for spending yet another one of your Monday mornings with us. Until next week, that's Ashley.
That's Noah.
And this has been Monday Morning. We'll see you next week. Bye.